Students, today we can study about the liver. So liver is the largest gland in our body and it is situated in the upper right part of our abdominal cavity. In the living beings, it is reddish brown in color and soft in consistency, and it has a weight of about 1600 gram in males and 1300 grams in females. So this is the liver. So it is seen in the abdominal cavity, upper part, right side of our upper part of the abdominal cavity. And you can see the location of the liver. So this is the location of the liver. You can see these are the 9 regions of abdomen. This is epigastrium, and on either side comes the hypochondrium, then umbilical region, then on either side. So among the 9 regions, this is epigastrium, umbilical region, hypogastrium. Okay. On either side comes the right and left hypochondrium. Then on either side comes the lumbar region. Then on either side of the lower portion, these are the inguinal region. Okay. So among these 9 regions, our liver. This is the liver. You can see the outline. So liver occupies mainly the right hypochondrium. Okay. It occupies right hypochondrium, then epigastrium and part of left hypochondrium, and some part of the right lumbar region also, like this. Okay, so this is the location of the liver. Location. And we can see anteriorly most part of the liver is covered by the rib cage. Only the central part here, the upper part, it is related to sternum, and this portion it is related to the anterior abdominal wall. On either side we can see it is covered with the ribs and rib cartilages. Either side. And external features of liver, we can see the liver has mainly 2 lobes, one right lobe and left lobe, and it has 5 surfaces and only 1 border. So 5 surfaces and 1 border. It has 1 prominent border. We can see there is an inferior prominent border. This is the inferior border, prominent. Only 1 border is there for the liver. Okay, so this is the border. And the inferior border, it has 2 notches. Here we can see 1 notch. This is known as cystic notch, where we can see the gallbladder. Okay, this is the cystic notch of the inferior border. And here we can see there is interlobar notch between the 2 lobes, right and left lobe. The 1 notch can be seen, that is known as interlobar notch. So 2 lobes, 2 notches can be seen in the inferior border. So this is the sharp inferior border, and it has 5 surfaces. Then this is anterior view. So here we can see this is the anterior surface. Then this is posterior view. So this is the posterior surface, the upper half. Then up to here is the posterior surface. This is the posterior surface. Then it has a superior surface above this one. Here there is a superior surface and there will be an inferior surface. This is the inferior surface. Inferior surface of the liver. So this is the posterior surface. Below the posterior surface comes the inferior surface. So this is the inferior surface, and there is a right lateral surface. This is the right lateral surface. So these are the 5 surfaces: anterior surface, posterior surface, superior surface, inferior surface, then right lateral surface. These are the 5 surfaces, and only 1 border is 1 inferior border, sharp inferior border. And the liver is mainly divided into right and left lobe by 3 ligaments. Okay, mainly it has 2 lobes, right lobe and left lobe. So this is the right lobe and this is the left lobe. And anteriorly these 2 lobes are divided by a ligament. Here we can see 1 ligament. This is known as falciform ligament. Falciform ligament. Then inferiorly we can see 1 ligament. This is known as ligamentum teres, or round ligament, or ligamentum teres. This one. Inferiorly. Here also we can see inferiorly ligamentum teres. Then posteriorly we can see it is right and left lobes are divided by another ligament. This is known as ligamentum venosum. Ligamentum venosum. Okay. So this is the ligamentum venosum. So these three ligaments divides the right and left lobe of the liver. So anteriorly by the falciform ligament, inferiorly by the, this is the inferior surface, so inferiorly by the ligamentum teres, and posteriorly, this is the posterior surface, so posteriorly by the ligamentum venosum. So three ligaments divides the liver into right lobe and the left lobe. Okay. In addition to the right and left lobe, we can see again two small lobes can be seen in the liver, in the right lobe. Again in the right lobe, within the right lobe, here we can see two more small lobes. This is known as caudate lobe. Caudate lobe. Here comes the quadrate lobe. Okay, so this is right lobe, left lobe. Here comes the caudate lobe, and this is the quadrate lobe. Quadrate. Okay. And there is a hilum. Here we can see a hilum between the caudate lobe and the quadrate lobe. There is a hilum or opening of the liver can be seen. This is known as porta hepatis. Porta hepatis. This is the hilum of the liver. Okay. Porta hepatis. And we can see what are the structures it passes through the porta hepatis. This is our hepatic duct. This green color portion, this is the hepatic ducts, right and left hepatic duct. This is left, this is right. So right and left hepatic ducts, then portal vein, then hepatic artery. So these are the three structures passed through the porta hepatis. Hepatic duct, right and left hepatic ducts, portal vein, then hepatic artery. These structures passes through the porta hepatis. So this is porta hepatis. Okay. Then above the porta hepatis, here we can see there is another groove for the, this is inferior vena cava. So here we can see there is a groove for the inferior vena cava. Okay. So here we, this is the boundary for the caudate lobe. Caudate lobe. So on to the right side we can see the groove for the inferior vena cava. On the left side falciform ligamentum venosum, and inferiorly by the porta hepatis. Caudate lobe. Then quadrate lobe superiorly by the this is not actually superior, anterior posterior we can say, because it is inferior. Okay. So this anteriorly by the inferior border of the liver, then posteriorly by the porta hepatis, then to the right side fossa for gallbladder, to the left side ligamentum teres. This is quadrate lobe, quadrate lobe, caudate lobe. Okay. Caudate lobe and quadrate lobe. So these are the lobes, surfaces and borders of the liver. Then the ligaments of liver, here we can see this is a coronary ligament. This ligament, this is known as coronary ligament, and on either side of the coronary ligament we can say triangular shaped ligament. So this is coronary ligament between the diaphragm and the liver, we can see this one. Okay, here two ends, right end of the coronary ligament we can see right triangular ligament, and towards the left end there will be left triangular ligament. So coronary ligament and left triangular and right triangular ligament. Okay. Then anteriorly this is our falciform ligament, then inferiorly comes the ligamentum teres, posteriorly comes the ligamentum venosum. So this is also coronary ligament, and here comes the right triangular ligament, like this triangle shape. Yeah. So these are the ligaments related to the liver. In the relations of the liver, so anteriorly we can see it is related to, here we can see this is related to anterior surface, it is related to on either side a rib cage, ribs and costal cartilages. Then in the, here comes, so it forms, and in the central part it is related to the anterior abdominal wall. This center portion, it is related to anterior abdominal wall. On either side it is related to rib cage and intercostal muscles. Okay. Intercostal muscles. So that is the anterior relations. Then superior relations. So superiorly it is related to the diaphragm. This is diaphragm. So superior surface is related to the diaphragm. And above the diaphragm at the midline it is related to heart. On either side it will be related to right and left lungs. Okay, with pleura coverings. Okay. Then posterior relations and inferior relations we are telling as common, because these two surfaces are continuous surface without any borders. So from here we can start. This is gastric area, that means this is the left side, this is the right side. So this portion, it is related to our stomach. So this area is known as gastric area. And then here below the gastric area, then here we can see it is continuous with the duodenum. This is pyloric end of the, here comes the pyloric end, then comes the duodenum, like this it will go, duodenum. So here, from here, this is the gastric region, and like this duodenum, this pyloric end, then comes the duodenal region. Then here this portion, it is related to the colon, large intestine, and this portion, it is related to the kidney, renal impression. So this is right side, so right kidney, and here comes the right suprarenal gland. So right kidney and right suprarenal gland. Okay. So these are the main relations, visceral relations, organs related to the liver. Gastric, stomach, this region related to stomach. The upper part, it will be related to the esophagus. Then comes the stomach, then pyloric end of the stomach, then comes the duodenum, then here comes the large intestine, then kidney, then suprarenal gland. So these are the relation, and here we can see this is our gallbladder. So these are the relations, main relations of the liver. So you can see in this picture also, here we can see this portion is related, this is left side, this is right side. This portion is related to the esophagus, then comes the stomach, that is gastric region, here comes the duodenum, in between comes the gallbladder, this is the colic region, colon, here comes the right kidney, and this is right suprarenal gland. And coming to the relation of the right surface, so this right surface is related to 7th to 11th ribs, and the upper one third, up to upper one third, it is related to diaphragm. Then above the diaphragm comes the pleura, and also above the pleura comes the lungs, right lung. So right lung, pleura, and diaphragm is related to the upper one third. Middle one third, it is related to only pleura and the diaphragm. So lung will be coming out only upper one third. Okay. Then pleura will be extend downwards up to the middle one third. Then middle one third is related to pleura and the diaphragm. Then lower one third is related only to the diaphragm. So these are the relations of the right surface. Upper one third, it is related to diaphragm, pleura, and lungs. Middle one third related to diaphragm and pleura. Lower one third, it is related to diaphragm. The right surface. That is a relation for the right surface. So in this picture you can see, so this is the lung, pleura, then diaphragm. Okay. So this is the right surface. So the upper one third, up to here, upper one third, it is related to diaphragm, pleura, and lungs. Okay. Then middle portion, this is the middle one third portion. Middle one third portion is related to diaphragm. This is the diaphragm, then pleura, diaphragm and pleura. Lung will be seen in the upper part only. Then in the lower one third, this is the lower one third portion, it is related to only diaphragm. Okay, commonly it is related to 7th to 11th rib, up to 11th rib. Okay, so that is the relations of the right surface. Blood supply of the liver, then arterial supply is by the hepatic artery and portal vein. So arterial supply is by the hepatic artery and portal vein. Okay. And venous drainage is by the hepatic veins. So arterial supply by the hepatic artery and portal vein. Then venous drainage is by the hepatic vein. Okay. Hepatic vein. Then lymphatic drainage, the superficial lymphatics will be, the drainage is mainly by the caval, hepatic, and celiac lymph nodes, to the celiac lymph nodes. Then nerve supply is by the hepatic plexus, which contains sympathetic and parasympathetic fibers, forms the hepatic plexus. Then coming to the microstructure or histology of the liver, if we are taking the section of the liver, we can see like this. So here we can see hexagonal shaped structures can be seen in the livers. This is known as lobules. So in the microstructure of the liver consists of hepatic lobules with a centrally placed vein. This is known as central vein, and we can see the hepatic cells. Okay, these are known as hepatocytes. So these cells can be seen running radially from the central vein like this. Okay. So this is the histology or microstructure of the liver. Applied anatomy, then inflammation of the liver, this is known as liver hepatitis, then the cells, next is the cirrhosis of the liver. In the cirrhosis of the liver, we can see the hepatocyte cells become undergo damage, and it will be replaced by the fibrous tissue. Instead of hepatocytes cells, we can see the fibrous tissue. That condition is known as cirrhosis of the liver. Liver cirrhosis. Okay. And next is liver transplantation. So we already heard about the liver transplantation. So liver tissue has the capacity to regenerate. So we can transplant half part or some part of the liver tissue and can be implanted with other patients. Those who are having the liver damage, then that process is known as liver transplantation. Then so these are the main applied aspects regarding the liver.